Welcome back to RFL. Our Dominic Carter just attended a special event that honors fallen heroes with the NYPD and the New York Fire Department. The 31st annual Answer the Call Gala raises money for the New York Police and Fire Widows and Children's Benefit Fund. This year's event paid tribute to FDNY Deputy Chief Michael Fahey, who died in a house explosion in the Bronx just last week, as well as NYPD Detective Joseph Lem, who was killed by a suicide bomber in Afghanistan. Our Dominic Carter was there, and he spoke with baseball legend Rusty Staub, who helped put this group together to answer the call, which has donated more than $131 million to families over the past 3 decades. He also spoke with hockey great Mark MESSIER, as well as wives who are still trying to deal with losing their police officer husbands from 9/11.
Mr. Staub, you're a legend to this city. Why do you do what you do here?
Well, you know, it started 1985. We had our first picnic at the old Shea Stadium. Since then, I guess we've had 32 picnics, and this is our 31st dinner. So to have something stay that long, obviously there was, in my opinion, a need to, in fact, I felt it was an obligation for us to try to take care of these widows and children, and then we have 2 widowers, of people who have made that ultimate sacrifice to make this city better. I think, how can we not take care of our families some way, you know?
But you've raised $131 million.
We've raised more than that. We probably gave away $131 million, but the big thing is yes, the money's important to people, okay? But I promise you that it's important to them that we don't forget the fact, you know, when we invite them to the picnic, when we invite them other times to the stadium, when they come to this dinner and a few other things that we do, that we have not forgot them and what they went through and their husbands, okay? I mean, that means as much to them as anything.
Mr. MESSIER, why is this so important to you?
Well, I think as an adopted son of New York and as a New Yorker, we all have our stories of 9/11, and you know, many years later, here we are again to remember and to help the families that are in need. And we can never forget. We have a huge responsibility to continue on the legacy that Rusty has started here for the families of the first responders, and hopefully it's another great night, and we can honor the people that have lost their lives defending New York City and all its people.
You're a national legend, certainly a New York legend. You don't have to be here tonight, but you are.
Well, I was here that day. You know, like I said, I have my own story. I think we all have our own stories, and for me, it's very important. You know, I have so much respect for the fire department, for the police department, for the first responders, what they do with their challenges, and it's a small effort for me to be here and do the best that I can as to continue their legacy.
You're a famous actor on Broadway, but you're here for this event. Why?
Well, for me as a New Yorker, I think it's really important to come out and support our first responders, and Answer the Call is the embodiment of what's good. They take care of those families that are affected by a lost loved one that was killed or lost in action. So it's a really big deal, and I'm just happy to come out and support.
But you could be anywhere in the world tonight.
Well, I mean, it could be some other places, but this was an easy yes. I mean, I've been working with this organization now for quite some time, and they're just great, wonderful, just wonderful people.
You 2 ladies lost your husbands on 9/11. Why is this event so important to you?
It's important to us because we know that our husbands are not forgotten, and neither are our families. Right after 9/11, we were told by Rusty and the organization that we would never be forgotten and they would always honor our husbands, and to this day, 15 years later, they held true to their word. They haven't forgotten us or our children.
It's like she says, they're an amazing organization that actually are there for the widows and children, and they show that they have never forgotten. No matter how many years it has gone by, they have always been there for us, and they always have, you know, given us fun days as well, you know, and, you know, there are sad days, but they're always there to pick us up as well, and I truly appreciate it. I'm very grateful.
Up next, our Hudson Valley headlines. Stay with us.